Hey, we got you. How are you?
I'm good.
Tighten Up Tuesday. You have a special guest today, Rodney Perry, joining the show. B, I don't know if you saw the dances. Rodney, what do you think of all the people dancing to start the show?
I was quite impressed. You see me pull out my guitar.
You did. You added to it.
Looking like Fats Domino. I thought you were going to play I Found My Thrill.
Well, I used to mess with a girl named Blueberry Hill, so I'm glad you brought that up.
Oh, you wrong for that. And I don't want nobody to call her Blueberry, but she might have been up on the hill.
She definitely had some stuff. Yeah.
Well, Rodney, thank you for joining me here at Tighten Up Tuesday, my wonderful DIY podcast where we show people how to reimagine things that they already have before they start spending money. And Chris was going to read my lovely introduction.
You didn't hear it?
I don't know what happened.
You didn't hear my introduction?
Did you hear it right? I ain't hear the lovely one.
Was my microphone on? Written. Would that have maybe hindered it? Tell me in the chat. Did you guys hear me?
I was looking and I ain't see your lips moving.
That's because
I saw your head bobbing to the beat.
You know, it's just when you're having that much fun and you're caught up in the moment. That's how it goes sometimes.
Well, let me tell you something, Chris. You're gonna have to start bopping to the beat and show everybody that you Chris Deasy.
With this jacket on?
Yeah, that's a tight jacket, Chris. I'm glad you giving that blazer a rest.
Rodney, I wore out a blazer.
Rodney ain't seen it.
Wait, well,
it's not that he wore the blazer out.
How you go roast your producer?
Because Chris is Simon Cowell. He got 12 black blazers. And you have to really look at the detail on them to see the difference. And then, like, he be standing there looking and taking 20 minutes to figure out which one he gonna put on. And I'd be like, all this shit looking like, just grab one, Chris. I'm just kidding.
We're running a tight ship over here. B, I promise you, I read the intro just like it was. Just had a little technical mishap, so we'll get that intro.
Oh,
you want to redo it?
Didn't hear it.
No, the mic wasn't on. It's all good.
Oh, I probably didn't. Well. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate it. But anyway, Rodney, again, thank you for joining us. In the beginning of my show, we'd like to do a little recap. You know, welcome everybody back. All of my B-Cassos. I call everybody that watches this show, participates, subscribes, does DIY projects, all of that, B-Cassos. One of my fans came up with the name. He was like, you should name your tribe. You got to have a tribe like Beyonce. You know, that type of thing. And they were like, it should be B-Cassos. And I was like, oh, right. So all the B-Cassos.
What if they can't draw very good?
There's no such thing as draw very good because art is an interpretation. Don't blow my high.
I won't do it.
I love it.
No, I hear you. You know what? You just kicked some game to me. That was beautiful.
Yeah, art is it's not about drawing. It's about whatever you envision and whatever you want to come to light. We help you bring it to that vision on a super, super cheap budget. Like balling on a budget broke. That's what we do over here on the DIY show.
I like the name Tighten Up Tuesday because when I heard that, I started working on my Kegel, so I'm tight right now.
You nasty. Rodney, you still got it. You probably sitting there doing it now.
Why you playing? Hold on. 46.
So listen, Rodney, before we start giving our shout outs, I wanted to let everybody know our long history. I'm not going into our long history, but we've been friends forever. And I just found out from you recently that you are a great, can I say handyman? Like, you know how to do all this stuff like plumbing and electricity and fixing shit and doing that kind of stuff.
Great is a strong word, but I'm serviceable. I'm serviceable.
So somebody could call you and the family and be like, Rodney, can you come over here and fix this?
No. I only do my own stuff.
Oh, in your own house.
I don't do nobody else's house. I will do a sink here. I will do some light electrical because me and my wife managed an apartment building years ago, and I learned a lot of that stuff.
That's why I have you on here, because you can teach me a lot of stuff when we get to that segment.
Good luck.
That segment. Well, you know, this is DIY, Rodney. So your knowledge is based upon the shit that you know how you put it together. Just like me. I haven't had no training in any of this. It's all trial and error. You live and learn.
Right. Very true.
So believe me, ain't no experts on this motherfuckers because experts be wanting money for their advice. We all just do shit ourselves and we collaborate and we bring our ideas together here at this show. So let me keep it moving. I got to give a shout out to Chris Deasy. It's so weird not having him on the screen. I love Chris. He's my sidekick. You know, he keeps me on track. He keeps the show rolling. So like I'm telling people, if you have any project, you want to, you know where you're supposed to funnel all the information, projects that you want to see, projects you want me to help you with. If you have any DIY questions, send them to Chris in the comments. Y'all know how we roll. So I'm trying to build my B-Casso family, Rodney, so that they can flood HGTV and DIY network and be like, yo, we kicking in the door. We in these streets, bitch. Get B-Phlat a show.
I could definitely see it happening. Yes, I've been watching your clips on YouTube and it's so interesting, man. And the spaces you make are amazing.
Thank you, Rodney. Well, with that being said, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my girl, Joanna Michelle, who co-hosted with me last week on the 20th episode, live from the DR. She was having some technical difficulties, but she made it through. Rodney, she came out here and did the Sherri Shepherd impression. But before I go into that, because, you know, Sherri is normally my co-host, but when she's super busy, I get people to fill in. I want everybody to see my Sherri Shepherd impression. You got my photo? Rodney, you see that? That was Sherri had me in her house years ago trying on her wig collection. I was like, hell no. Dennis was like, who is that white girl in the picture with that wig? The one at the bottom. He thought I was a white girl. Rodney, do that even look like me in the pictures?
It looks like you, but you don't look white at all.
At the bottom one, far away, this is big. It was a little picture. And he was like, who is that white girl? I was like, that's me. But I can't even see myself with all that hair. So anyway, that was my Sherri Shepherd impression.
I like it. I like it. Well done.
Thank you. Your girl came on and did her Sherri Shepherd impression. That shit was so hilarious. She was all over the place, but she was funny. She reminded everybody of Kim because Kim be all over the place on Too Funny Moms.
Yes.
But she came out with like some booty shorts on with her titties out. She's all like, oh, let me get my titties together. Yes, she did, because that's how Sherri be on the show. She'd be like, let me get my titties together. Wait a minute. Let me fix my wig. Let me get my wig. It was funny. So I had to give her a shout out. She did a wonderful job. Always a shout out to my soror, Lauren, who puts together this lovely music for this show. So everything you hear, Rodney, on this show comes from my soror in DC. I kept thinking she was in Houston, but that's her last name. She's in DC. Let me see who else I got to give a shout out to.
Well done, soror.
Of course. You like the music?
The music was crazy.
My intro song? Thank you.
I love it. I love it. I might shoot her email, get her to make something for my show.
She's dope, Rodney. I got to pass her on to people. Shout out to Christina Alvarez. She's my day one. She hit me up and said, with a really nice email, she's like, girl, you a homegirl in my head. I said, well, take me out your head and put me in your heart. So I told her I was definitely going to give her a shout out because I appreciate that. And I'm definitely giving a shout out to Beverly Vaughn because she always hits me up, and that's my namesake. You know, I'm going to shout out somebody named Beverly. Rodney, because you always call me Beverly. And I used to have to tell you to quit calling me that shit in public and in front of people.
That's a cool ass name. It's just a cool name to me, man.
No, but we be doing business. I want people to call me B-Phlat. And you'd be like, Beverly? I'm like, Rodney, you know me. These niggas don't know me.
Do people ever call you Bev? Are you ever Bev?
Yes, to the people that know me. But like when we had shows and stuff, you know who else has a tendency to do that? Ray. Ray calls me Beverly. He'd be like, Bev, come over here. I'd be like, not everybody know my name. I'd be walking through the crowd. People be like, hey, Bev, what's up, Beverly? And I'd be like, Lord. One more quick shout out. You know what? Actually, I have something that I want to read this came in today and it was so inspiring and it almost made me cry. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to put no mascara on the bottom today just in case I cry. It was a really nice, you never know how you inspire people, especially when you're doing something that you don't think is totally related at all. So anyway, this came out in from Miss Emerald. I have to give Miss Emerald a shout out and I'm going to read it. It said, I just want to say, congratulations on the success of everything you've done in life. I see a lot of myself in you. Difference is I've been made to be ashamed of my deep voice from the first time I spoke and different personality. I found a home in you and hope to be as confident as you one day. I want to personally confirm that you are changing lives. B, I want to tell you so much and too much to type. I'll sum it up and just say you're real, Mom. The world needs you so bad. Thank you for being here and thank you for being you. Love you so much. Okay, I'm about to sap. Now I'm gonna cry. Okay, gotta go. I just thought that was so amazing. Nice.
Yeah,
you know, I thought,
yeah,
that touched me because I used to get teased all the time about my voice, just all of the things that people think are like a flaw. You know what I mean? Like my deep voice and just, you know, just whatever, like my mustache, you know, that little peach fuzz.
You ain't got no mustache.
That's because I be doing a little razor, but I do have a little peach fuzz. But everybody in my family, believe me, it runs thick. And my sister got it, the whole little mustache, all of that. We'd be like, girl, if you don't shave, but
do you pluck it? Do you pluck it or shave it?
Oh, no. I do the little razor, like the eyebrow razor. I just put a little lotion on and go, it's just a little bit. I ain't like my sister. I ain't got to get the thing out and be like, I'm just playing. She know I love her. I'm just playing with Jada. So, yes, I just wanted to read that really quick because I just thought that was really dope. It's sad to be, have to be teased about things that make you unique and different from other people. Yeah, so I've learned to embrace my voice. So I know exactly what she's going through. Believe me, Rodney, to this day, I tell people all the time, my nephew, he still calls me Uncle Bev. Because he thinks, because my voice is so, he'd be like, Uncle Bev. I'd be like, if you don't quit calling me, I'm gonna beat your ass. So, all right. Crazy. And you know what? I totally forgot about this and I meant to make sure I put it in. I want to show my RIP pictures to Louis Anderson. And a lot of people, because I'm not one to brag. You know me, Rodney. I don't be bragging on stuff. But I was like, I have to show love to him because he was very instrumental in helping me with things in my career. And a lot of people don't know that. Wow. And the other one, like, he was just really tight. So it was great to be up in Montreal with him. And that's my manager. That's when I keep telling everybody to go vote for her show for the NAACP Image Awards. Wow. That was us hanging out with Louis when we were in Montreal. That was after the set had ended. And we were just like, wow, let's go hang.
Was he a nice guy? Was he a nice guy, B?
Yes. Very nice. And my manager did a lot of projects with them because they do a lot of shows and a lot of productions. So that's why I was able to just kind of, ease in with him. He's just a really nice, rest in peace. He was really cool. So wow. I had to show that. I was like, let me go back and get those photos because I really miss the conversations. Like he would email me different things about the careers and like stuff to do and I'll be like, he's so dope. Yeah. So
wow, rest
that's
in
like
peace,
my little
Louis.
little inside information. Okay, so we got a special I gotta give a shout out to my boy, but he's coming up. Go ahead, Andy, and throw that video up.
Yo, so glad he came. This is London Brown, aka Uncle Marvin from Raising Canaan, man. I want to send a major shout out to my homegirl B-Phlat, man. She's on a 20th episode already of her DIY podcast, Tighten Up Tuesdaze. Get over there, subscribe. Get over there, get some game. Because she got game. She full of game. She full of the knowledge. Learn something. Come on, B-Phlat. She out here. Come on. Boom.
Wow.
That is my nigga. Throw our picture up.
Yeah.
It's so funny because this is when we were on our way to Cayman Islands. And Dennis took this picture of us. We were like all in the airport flying out. Because he does stand-up.
I remember when he first started back in the day.
Yeah.
And I didn't know you was a cougar, Bev.
Well, yes, you did. I'm a cobra.
A cobra.
I'm a cobra, Rodney. Yeah, because
what's a
when
cobra?
you're a cobra, your teeth sink in and they stick. Don't let go. Got that bite like, I'm a cobra. I ain't no cougar.
All right now.
I got that venom.
Ain't going nowhere else.
Anyway, I appreciate London for doing that. He's always been supporting me. That's like another one of my day ones because he was like, B-Phlat, you always put me on back in the day. People always say that to me. Back in the day, you always put me on. You just never know who's going to show love and continue. Rodney, you know that. Look at us.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
If people didn't continue to show love. So with that, let me move on to my flash rags. You know, I got to show love to all my people that buy my flash rags. Make sure you get them at buyjack.com/B-Phlat. Oh, go and throw that picture up for me, Andy. Shout out to Charlotte, my girl Charlotte Poole, and shout out to Dora. You see, they got theirs on a treadmill. See, that's what I'm talking about. They using them to work out. So they're not just for hot flashes. And y'all saw dudes was getting them. So get your rags. You need them for cooking, for sweating, hot flashes, whatever. We sweat, you need them. Get your rags. And I appreciate everybody that has been buying them and continue to send me the pictures so I can continue.
How much do the rags go for?
They're 3 in a pack for $25. And they say they have dope sayings, Rodney. This one says the flash life. 2 hits to the neck. Because I'm down here like this on the show. So I'm making sure everybody get these, Rodney. I don't know if you can see this. It says the Drip Diva. This is like the second one in the back. It's a little crooked.
Now what do you wipe off with that? What do you wipe?
You don't really wipe.
Does it matter what?
Now you need the blue one for that. If you want to wipe things other than sweat, this is for patent, and this is for the Diva. The blue one
like that.
Is for wiping. You can use it to wipe your dog.
Your dog.
Wipe dark thing, whatever you want to use it for, because it's darker, and it won't show mishaps and different things like that. You know, if you have a lot of makeup on, but I would tell the men, men can use it for sweat and whatever else they might need it for. You might want to wet it in the shower and wash with it because men, it's big enough, for a man to take in the shower and wash with it because men like big, but I don't know what you want to use it for.
I'm just saying, I'm just wondering, is it good for protein? Is it good? Is it a high protein rag?
Yes. If you sweat high protein, it'll wipe that up too. Anyway, I'm moving on, Rodney. I gotta move on. You know what? See, this is why I always be doing Chris, because Chris keeps his show moving. I love him to death. That's why, because he's always shouting out like be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, follow, share. He says all this stuff because I don't be knowing.
I can say that for you. Hey guys, be sure to like, subscribe. This is Tighten Up Tuesday. That young lady is B-Phlat. What's next, B?
I always read an inspirational card from my one of my B-Cassos that was featured on my show, Maya Bean, and she sent me these lovely oracle cards. It's a deck of them. So I always read them, and people always hit me up, and they'd be like, ooh, where can I get them cards? So I always send people to her, the guiding light guru. So this one today says, be a kid again. Release your inner child. As adults, we think we are not allowed to dream, but that's not true. Feel inspired to see the world through the eyes of the dreamer you have always been. That's today's card.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. That's why I always read one every day, flip it over and keep it pushing. And I read it, and that's why I stick with it and let people know, for today, that was my card. So I like to read it.
Now, can you read it again? Because I want to take that in.
Yeah, I can read it again. Let me go on and do that. Rodney, I'm 32 with my glasses off, and I'm 53. Okay. Be a kid again. Release your inner child. As adults, we think we are not allowed to dream, but that's not true. Feel inspired to see the world through the eyes of the dreamer you have always been.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
I
just
like
love
that.
It. It's just
I
like
like that.
Simple. Yeah, it's simple. Like
now,
kids.
let me ask you
Kids
this, B. Let me ask you
yes.
this, B. Does that also apply to like people that are less attractive?
To be a kid, yes. You right.
Okay, because
why wouldn't it apply to people that? Why
because
wouldn't it apply to people?
If you like facially challenged, you don't want to go back to being a kid again.
No, going back to being a kid again.
It was traumatic to be a child.
Oh, Rodney, it was traumatic for me to be a child, and I still would want to be a kid again. I was bald headed and had this voice.
No, you've been cute your whole life. I'm sick of you.
Oh no, Rodney, I had the Florida Evans afro from the back to the front.
Oh, I bet that was cute.
And it was not. It was only about an inch long. About like that. You can't have no inch long hair and a voice like this. Oh no.
damn, James.
But I still, damn, but I still would want to be a kid again. And believe me, I was not attractive, but couldn't nobody tell me shit. And you know, it's a lot of people like that. They might be challenged in the face, and you can't tell them nothing. Believe me, I got.
First of all, B-Phlat
like that.
B-Flat, I've known you over 20 years, and I know you've been attractive the whole time.
I bloomed. I was a diamond in the rough. I'm gonna put some up. Me and Chris doing this thing where we going back to our old school pictures. We got to show our when we first, like what you wear on your school day, your first,
right.
You know, your back to school clothes. Chris sent me these pictures on my text message. I said, Lord, Chris, we gonna wait on that. And that's what you wore to school on the first day, because you know we be.
I thought I was fly. What's next?
So I'm gonna have to show you how unattractive I was back in the day.
I don't believe it.
Next is the Frugal Flip. This is where I feature portions of my basement and how I brought it together, which took me 8 months to do. I have to always reiterate that, Rodney, because I ain't no money. So it's all pieced together, and I brought this shit together. That's why it looks so dope. You're in it now. So I want people to see this portion, and we're gonna put it on the one screen, the sliding. Yeah. So
wow, that's the space you're in right now.
Yes, this is after we put up the drywall and before I was sealing it and like more pieces.
Who is this young man in the photo?
That is my brother-in-law. He's actually stepping on some flooring. We're putting flooring on the ceiling. I was actually going to put it on my floor.
In the center of the image. In the center of the image.
You funny. That's me. I'm going to stab the hell out of you. That's why I can't have short hair, Rodney, and this voice. See, you thought I was a dude. You know that's me trying to be funny. That's my brother-in-law on the side. And we're putting up the flooring. That's why my ceiling is shiny, because it's flooring that I had left over.
Wow, so you save money by using the flooring on the ceiling.
Yes, I saved money because I already had that and I had to buy it. And I was actually going to put it on the floor. And I still would have had to buy something for the ceiling. So I was like, nope, I'm putting this shit on the ceiling and then paint the floor. So it came out cheaper.
Wow. I love it.
So the next picture. Thank you. So that's the ceiling. That's why it's shiny. That is flooring on the ceiling.
Whoa.
Right? And
is that tile or what is it? Is it tile?
It's just sheets of like, what do they call it? It's paneling. It's like paneling, but with a slick side, and they use it for flooring or for, like for sliding floors if you want them in your house. Yep.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Next photo, I had to drag that heavy ass desk out. Oh, that desk was like 1950 Madman. Out so I could start doing the floor, but that's as I started. Like I had already sanded and getting ready to paint the walls. Next picture, I was building frames around the door. So that's now where I'm sitting, Rodney. You can't see it, but that's the wall that my desk is up against now. But you can't see me because that's where my computer is.
And what is that? Like a yellow or orange?
It's a yellow. It's yellow. So we'll show the next photo.
That's beautiful.
That's the door I painted red it leads under my steps. So I painted the double doors. One is sealed, you can't open it because I have my trumpet mounted up there. I made a little shelf for my trumpet, and the other one you can open. So we'll go, so that's me starting to work on the floor, which I was telling people since I have concrete floors, I use dry lock to seal it for moisture first.
Right.
We'll go on to the next one. So that's me dry locking it. Because it was a 3-part process. I had to dry lock the floor first.
You had to seal it.
And then I had to put the epoxy on it. Yep. So actually that was out of order.
How do you care for it, B? How do you care for this type of floor?
Well, with because I have we'll show the next photo. I have the fan drying it. That's the epoxy. It took like 5 days to seal. Once it shines and it's you can just mop it.
How do you just mop it?
Yeah, I just mop it. I come down here like with a Swiffer and do like dust mop it and sweep all the time. And like I get the scuff marks up every now and then with like a magic eraser. But once you seal it with the epoxy, it's like shiny. It's like the stuff that they use in garages that make the floors pop. Yeah, you don't have to worry about it. So it took a while.
My buddy owns a barbershop. He did that to it. It looks
that's
great,
what it looks like done before I started moving the furniture and putting all my office stuff in. So that whole space is my office. That's where I'm sitting now.
Wow, that looks great.
Yeah. Thank you. So that was
Where's the yellow wall? Are you facing a yellow wall?
I'm up again. Yeah, I'm facing the yellow wall, so you can't see it. Okay. So it's like everything else like kind of shoots out. Yeah, I'm facing yellow wall. And the red door is like right here. It's where my trumpet is right here on the side.
Got it.
So you're seeing it from that
flipped. Yeah, another perspective.
Yeah, they're from the angle, like if you were standing in that behind me is my ladies' lair where my couch is. If you see that little design on the wall, that's the bathroom. I have the door closed, but that's like a lady up on them, like pressed up on the screen. It's like a silhouette. I don't know if you can see it, but that's my bathroom.
I know. If I go in that bathroom, she's gonna be like this.
You wrong for that. So now I'm moving on to my my DYK, and then I'm gonna push on through my BYI. So, ladies and gentlemen, my DYK today is dedicated to Lida Newman, Black woman who patented the synthetic hairbrush. Rodney, I dedicate this segment to Black people who have invented things throughout our lifetime that help us out.
I need you. Hold on, Miss Beverly. I need you to tell me what DYK stands for, because that sounds like something that I ain't supposed to be knowing about.
Did you know?
Oh,
it stands for Did You Know? Yeah.
I'll be on the DYK. Hub. That's something different on the hub.
Oh, well, I don't know what that is on the hub, but I know what the hub is, courtesy of my nephew. So, my brother on the computer. So anyway, this DYK is dedicated to Miss Lida Newman. Lida Newman was a remarkable Black female inventor who patented the first hairbrush with synthetic bristles. So if we want, you can go ahead and throw that picture up real quick and I'll read through this. She is the third Black woman to ever receive a patent. She is also known for her activism in women's voting right movement of the early 20s. It probably would help if I put my glasses on, and that would help. So let me read about this brush really quickly. Newman's decision to improve the design of the hairbrush derived from her own experience as a Black woman and as a hairdresser. She wanted the process of brushing her hair to be more hygienic and efficient. Most hairbrushes at the time were made using animal hair, but the material was too soft to effectively treat the thicker texture of coarse African American hair. Newman used synthetic fibers, which were more durable and easier to clean. The brush contained evenly spaced rows of bristles with slots to clear the debris away from the hair into the recessed compartments. The back could open with a button for cleaning out the compartment. Newman received a patent for her invention November 15, 1898.
Wow.
Thank you for the graphic. Shout out to your girl, Lida Newman, for inventing the hairbrush for coarse hair. And we be hooking it up on a wig, a weave, all of that.
Right.
We need that. So shout out to that sister.
You know what I think is interesting is as people of color necessity is the mother of invention. And how many nappy heads do you got to go through before you go, what? I need another brush.
Rodney, we came to the conclusion on the show that everything back during slave days that was needed for like cleaning, anything service, basically we're finding out was invented by Black people. Washboards, ironing boards, mops, the wrench, just a little bit of everything, like going back to basics.
Right.
Now the hairbrush, because we had to do everything.
Did Miss Newman predate Madam C.J. Walker?
Oh, I'm not sure because offhand I don't know Madam C.J. Walker's.
Right. I know she was in the hair care business, but
it seems like she might predate her because she was in the hair care business. She had salons. Yes. But then too, and she was dealing with coarse hair. She probably wasn't using no animal hair brushes. So I'm gonna look that up. That's a good question. Right. I'm writing it down.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Predate. All right. Well, we're gonna move on to the DIY. I call it the DIY instead of DIY, Rodney, because this is my segment, and plus we're building things ourselves. So there you go. It's the DIY. And today thank you. Today we're discussing modifications and different DIY things with persons with limited disabilities can use in their home, can make for themselves. I don't like to say people with disabilities because everybody don't just have they're not like fully disabled. Some people have limited disability in terms of like eyesight. Elderly people have limited abilities and need modifications around the house. So I try to encompass the whole, gamut when I'm thinking in terms of what people may need. So here are a few things that we're going to go through that some people submitted, some things I looked up myself. And Rodney, I went so far as to look up some information that people can look up themselves on some departments and different places that they can go and maybe get grants, for the modification. Yeah, people need that kind of information. So I dedicate this segment to my boy, Devin. Devon. I keep saying it wrong because we so country, and I'm from St. Louis, but the thing is, he's from Chicago. My boy D Valentino in Chicago. I dedicate this because he was the one that I spoke with live on the DM video and just talked about the difficulties that he had. He was actually showing me just the space that he lives in and how he has the apartment that he in, how he has difficulty moving around and it was just enlightening and just how he feels left out of that in that community, like going shopping in the grocery stores, different things like that. Just like in a mall trying to maneuver around racks. So it was just interesting to just hear that. So he's like, you should do a segment dedicated to that. So that's dedicated to him. So first of all, we'll go. Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, but this subject makes me think. Well, I mean, I had a stroke 5 years ago, so that's something I had to really real life consider because as I was coming home or preparing to come home, they wasn't sure if I was going to be able to take care of myself. So they had modified certain parts of my home, like my bathroom, getting in and out of the tub and stuff like that. They had changed. They gave me some bars that they put like around my tub, and it was really. You would think it would be like something that was heavy and really sturdy, but it was all made of plastic, and it was easy to move, and it kind of made life easier as I continued to rehab.
Now let me ask you this before I get into that: did you have to? Was that something like that you got a grant for, or they've provided it, or was like? Or you had to like pay a lot of money for it?
I'm a veteran, so they gave it to me.
Yeah. That's what's up. That's what's up. So it's funny because I have them on my list. That's what's up. So that's why I'm putting that information out there because you never know what sources can help a person. Yes, Chris.
We mentioned that I had just met Rodney for the first time doing an interview on a radio show. It had just happened. You handled it like a tough dude. And then he went out and killed. I went and watched him at Helium here in St. Louis and crushed it. And we're looking at him. We're like, you had a what? Like it was like this is like a weird. You powered through it.
Everybody don't get to come back like I did. And, you know, I went through a lot of rehab, but it's a blessing. It's a blessing in itself. So I think this is admirable to even bring this up. You know, because you know, when you're at a loss, you don't realize what you can't do until you can't do it.
Yeah. That's so true. And you know, it was, like I said, it was very enlightening for him to reach out to me and say, please do a segment dedicated to it. I was like, that makes sense. Because that's all we talk about here on the show is how to do shit
did I show
on
you
a
what
dime. Yeah, no, let me see.
So this is, I use this to wipe my butt. So you go.
So innovative.
It's, you go like that.
Chris.
And it's drop some water. It's curved. It's curved at the end, and you can put as much toilet paper as you want right there.
Functional. I think they said.
Thank you, Chris. You did it.
Damn it, Chris! This would be the opportune time for me to. I need to send Rodney a roll of the Trump toilet paper.
And you haven't, and you've left it out.
Are you smoking weed?
Are you kidding me?
All day long.
Welcome to the Rodney. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Rodney. Where you been? I was smoking when we came on.
I don't know. Nobody sent me no weed. Oh, I do have. Somebody gave me some CBD blueberry bites. It's supposed to calm you down.
Oh, you better take one. Shit, I wish you could pass one through. I'll be glad when we become the Matrix and shit can go through the wire.
No, but go ahead. Let's finish the segment.
Yeah, let's get this up. Definitely. I'll be coughing all the time. People in the comments be like, B got that COVID. Because he's smoking and coughing. Okay, so if Grace wants to, or Andy want to throw up a couple pictures. Oh, I forgot. I got to do this first. This was the cornhole. This was the DIY. I want to do this before I get into that. Actually, this is my nephew and my brother. Rodney, we did a cornhole segment, right? Because one of my features makes these cornhole boards. That's beanbag. I don't know if you ever played it. It's a game where it's like a beanbag toss.
I know exactly what cornhole. You see that a lot on college campuses, you know, when they play, you know, on the football weekend, yeah.
It's a running thing on this show and in my family. So when we saw Mark, that's my brother-in-law, that's his he's not in this picture. It's his cornhole board at his house. He has a Mizzou theme. So then my husband was like, oh, I want Dallas. I'm gonna get me one. So I had put it out on the show because one of my features made cornhole boards and they were dope. She put lights around them. So I was all like, oh, Tristan, you got to make me some. She made Dennis 2 cornhole boards. That's Dennis. He looked black as hell in that picture. I should have lightened it up. But that's my husband.
Why would you need to do
playing
that?
Cornhole. Because he'd be like, I'm so dark. Everybody think I'm... And then my auntie said to him at the thing, you know you the blackest one in our family.
Who says...
My Aunt Diane that got Alzheimer and say anything. She didn't even know she was at the damn thing. So anyway, now Dennis, now he has his own cornhole. So then my brother was out like, oh, you got to show my cornhole boards. That's me playing tetherball. That's Chris, you know that's the baby hair white side of me because you know I got white in me.
That looks like a serious tetherball court.
Oh, I was the tetherball champ. My sister built that. I was the tetherball champion in 4th and 5th grade.
4th and 5th grade, Rodney.
That's right. So
hey, you don't want to miss that era.
Oh wow, yeah, that's something.
I'm just showing you how my family get down after cornhole.
That's Rodney's guitar.
Have a jam session. Yep, we do a little jam session. So.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, my mama be singing, my aunt be dancing, and
the neighbors.
My brother played the guitar. Yeah, we just have a little jam session. So
that's great.
Did you break out the trumpet?
Not on the show yet because I gotta take my lipstick off to play. I can't be playing my trumpet with lipstick on. I'm gonna have to play something for like I did on your show, but I'm actually play a song. Let's get into these DIYs because we can't be in here all night. I still got to get to my feature. The main reason why we're here, show all these dynamic things. Other than for me to get my own DIY show. So I always reiterate that. Make sure you like and share and tell the world about Tighten Up Tuesdays. Anyway, if Andy or Grace would like to throw up, actually, I kind of want these a little bigger. Should they go on the slide or? Yeah. This is something that I have. They're not just, for your kitchen towels. I suggest I actually have them in my bathroom hanging over the lower cabinets for towels. So that's a cheap solution. They're like $5 on Amazon.
What is it? What is it?
It's a towel rack. It's a towel rack that you can clip right over a cabinet door. So that's a photo showing like a towel. Like if your towel racks are high or you can't get to the one high, and like some things aren't reachable, like where they may have them in the kitchen. So like you can get these and put them where you need them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. So are there any drawbacks to using this type of device?
I don't think so. They just come in a pack and you just clip it right over the cabinet door. If you need if you want to have, if you're in a wheelchair and you have, you need things lowered, you have access to your hand towels like right there. Because most people's stuff, the racks be up high. You see what I'm saying? They may not be able to reach. So I just figure these are quick solutions. If you can use them for other things like to hang magazines on, things that you want, within your reach.
What do I put in Amazon to look that up?
Over the door towel racks. So I have another quick photo. Now this is something that I had hanging in my bathroom because Dennis and I are always talking to each other in the morning when we're smoking and, taking our dunk and all of that. And I had it hanging on the wall.
Oh, so casual.
Now this,
and I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
This is was a good suggestion because Devon tells me that he has to leave his wheelchair at first of all, his bathroom is really small, so I saw it live. He has to get out of his wheelchair in order to get into the bathroom. He leaves it there at the door. So I suggested that where his light is, if he had a chair hanging there and something that was really sturdy, that he could take off the wall, that he could use to lift himself, like use as a brace, like if he were to grip that and move himself, and then he could slide onto that in front of the sink. You see what I'm saying? And that's a very sturdy wooden chair, and it holds like 250 pounds. And I know it for a fact because I have 2 of them. And it's easy to hook right on the wall. I had them hang one in the bathroom and one in my basement.
That's a chair? I thought it was a table.
You can use it as a chair or a table. But I use it as it's really a stool, and it's collapsible. Like I said, you can hang it on the wall. Now that chair right there, and I said he could use that to brace himself, because the bathroom is so small in that apartment. He could come out of his chair and put that right where he needs it and then move it. You see what I'm saying? And kind of move it because his floors are slick and that thing slides easily. If he needed to scoot in front of the sink, brush his teeth, that kind of stuff, because he can't get his wheelchair in. So I was like, that's one. And then I did want to show the pictures of a cheaper version. But, they're sturdy, but the wood one to me is a little better because it slides better.
I've seen these.
You see, those you could do the same thing, but you see they have the grips on the bottom, so they won't slide as easy as that wood does. Because he would need that, you know what I'm saying, in order to be mobile in that small space. Even if he wanted to move from that to the, to the toilet. But that's just a cheaper version of those. So I think we have another thing that I wanted to throw up. Because someone mentioned about people with neuropathy, and that's like a nervous disorder. Yeah, the puck lighting that you could put, they're really cheap. And that's like 6 in the pack for $12 on Amazon, battery operated. Like they use like 3 little AA batteries, and you could put them along walkways and steps. And then you can get the kind that are motion censored that light up as you go up the steps, because that's stuff that we are concerned about, like with my pop. And there's another way to do steps. You can color code them, like paint one step a light color, a dark color. That helps people with vision issues if the steps are like every other color. So I felt like if you have, need things lit along with, and you want something cheap, puck lighting is wonderful. You can use the remote or you can push them on manually. I have them all over the house, and I think that they work. I think I had, that was it on the photos. I wanted to suggest, because people suggested hanging curtains, like if you can't get your wheelchair in to a room, you could take the, if you live at home, not in an apartment, you could take the door frame off, which would allow you 2 inches on both sides. And you can hang like a curtain or something really nice so that it's retractable, or you can move it or slide it so that you could get into the space. I've heard that a lot of people that are in wheelchairs have a lot of difficulty with doorknobs, like having to reach out and push the door open and close it. So if you have like curtains, like if entryways had curtains and things like that, or some type of, or the beads or whatever you want to make to look really cute on a budget, for you to have an easy access entryway. That was a suggestion. Someone suggested putting Velcro, the female side, which is the hairy side, double-sided sticky tape on wheels of a wheelchair that kind of bump areas that leave marks on walls or doorways. So if you you can line your wheels in that area, and that tape is black with the Velcro side. And you can put it on, look dope on your wheels. Nobody would even notice, and you can bump into whatever you want to bump into. And you wouldn't scratch up anything. Yep. So that was a suggestion. Another suggestion was putting outlets in like a surge protector with like double-sided tape on the back, so that you could place a surge protector at a height that you may need, or so that you could plug things in case things are too low or too high if you can't reach them. Someone suggested lowering like the keychains, like where you would have, like where you hang your keys and stuff by the door, just kind of lowering that. I thought that was kind of smart. Another suggestion was like touch sensitive faucets, if you can afford that, and touch sensitive lighting. But I think a lot of that stuff too, people might have through Alexa. They may be like, Alexa, turn my lights on, or Alexa, do this and that. So I guess that could be an option.
I think if they have an electronic component, you probably could hook it to Alexa and or Siri or something like that.
Someone also suggested lowering smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors instead of having them up on the ceiling. And it kind of makes sense, because if they have to change the battery, and say if you're in a wheelchair and you can't reach it.
But I thought one of the reasons they put them in the ceiling is because smoke rises and those fumes rise.
Correct.
That is one of the, Rodney, you know that, but I'm just telling you what people suggested. So,
but tell the people that's not a good idea.
Tell the people that's not a good idea. Now mine is right there.
You don't want to kill them in the wheelchair.
Thanks, Rodney.
That's as high as my ceiling is, but I put it right there. Shit. But you're right. Somebody said that, I guess, so that they could be able, I guess it's a person that can't reach theirs to maybe change the battery and be like, the shit be beeping and they can't get to it and gotta call somebody. It was
like, even in my house, my ceilings
makes sense.
My ceilings are very high, but our stuff is dead. It would benefit us if they were lower, but I mean,
makes sense.
You're right. I mean, you don't want to create more work or to have another human being come in your home.
Now, is that the same with a carbon monoxide detector also? Since it detects fumes, like I guess they rise.
Well, they both rise, but I mean, but the height may be a non-issue.
Okay.
The height may be a non-issue.
And people say like people with mobility problems on the stairs definitely remove like carpet treads and things like that. So the non-slip surfaces, stuff like that, carpet treads. These were suggestions. So one of the somebody suggested modifications for a pool. For how to get into a pool. I didn't even really know how to explain that.
Oh, you know how sometimes at a hotel had a little thing, you get into it on the concrete level, and then it rotates over the water and lowers you into the water.
Yeah, but I don't. They were saying like, how would you make one, like a DIY one?
I wouldn't get in no DIY damn water lower.
You start messing around with water. That's not
right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you could just use one of Chris. You could use one of them cornhole boards that's on a ramp and roll down there.
You're frugal.
Or you can have somebody just dump your ass in the water.
You ain't Rodney. We going to hell for that. So let me do these quick. I got to get into my my feature. I'm going to throw out a couple programs that I did look up that possibly do some modifications for free loans, grants. It's called Home Improvement Grants and Assistance for Homeowners. Obviously, you got to be a homeowner with disabilities. Let's see. The U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs, Rebuilding Together AmeriCorps, the Rural Housing Repair and Loan Project, and the National Council of State Housing Agencies. Those are places you can contact if you want some modifications, if you need some done in your house. I'm not getting into all of what you got to do, but look it up on the web. And thank you so much. And Rodney, did you have to go in and do anything crazy, or when you, as a manager of an apartment building, did you manage the apartment building, or did you?
So I manage three properties. I manage three properties, and I manage a total of about 100 units. And part of our job, we got free room and board, but B-Phlat, it was probably one of the hardest jobs I ever had because we had to do light maintenance in all these apartments. So that's faucets, sinks, some light electrical, like I would change electrical panels and stuff like that. And if I'm really honest, I did some of it, but my wife did the lion's share of it, to be honest. She's really handy. She's really handy, and the crazy part was that, like, our tenants were like, they were so needy. Like, this one lady would call me all the time. Hey, Mr. Rodney, I need you to come check on this sink again. I'm like, stop! You're too heavy-handed, lady. She would break a sink every 3 weeks.
I don't know how you break a sink. How you break a sink?
Just turn the faucet on, and it was so crazy. But she would never have no clothes on. I go over there, she have a little house coat on.
Rodney, that's why she broke the sink. That's why she broke the sink, Rodney. So you could come there.
I was cute back then, babe. I was cute back
Rodney, you always been cute. I'm like, oh, Rodney, what I used to tell you, I'm like, oh, Rodney, if you was about 8 inches taller.
Wow, that really felt good. No, but we did a lot of those things, and you know, a lot of that light maintenance stuff. And you know what I'm glad I got that job for, because it helps in my home. Because
that's what's up.
You know, when you're in a home, everything costs $1,000, and so
one of
the things that makes you so special is talking about how to do this stuff on a budget, man. One of my buddies here in Atlanta, Bo P, comedian Bo P, he's an electrician, and he's come by the house and he's done.
I told you I want to get Bo P on my show.
Oh, you would love to talk to him
on the show. Yeah, definitely, because I don't mess with no electrical, and we might have some questions. I don't do nothing electrical. I'll do the plumbing and mess with some stuff and fix some pipes, and I don't do gas and I don't do electrical. But I
don't do no gas, but I will mess with electrical a little bit. And like I just changed out I've done tons of disposals, garbage disposals. I've done tons of dishwashers. I've installed those.
That's interesting. That's what's up, Rodney. See, people don't know this side of us. You know, people just be like, oh, they just comedians, but we have so many facets to us. And you know, it's amazing. I'm just finding out that you do all that kind of stuff, and your wife does that kind of stuff, and you play the guitar and your music. You do. We all do different things.
I do not play the guitar. I won that at an auction.
Oh, I thought you played the guitar. That's what I get for smoking and seeing shit double.
I play the air guitar.
Okay, got it. All right, Rodney. Chris gonna keep us moving. That's why I love Chris He didn't even say anything yet because he know I can be long-winded, but he's the sidekick. He keeps me moving. Chris, how you doing back there? You ain't said nothing.
Just letting you guys do your thing and controlling the rage burning within me at the moment.
Oh, no.
Doing a bad job.
Sorry.
Doing a bad job. Terrible quarterback. Yeah, throw an interception. I'm going to worry about it the rest of the game. So,
well, let's move on to my feature. Flat's feature. And you know, Rodney, I have to say before we get into this is my second male feature. Of all my 21 episodes, I did a lot of women, which is great. So it's so great to actually have a man be on the show and show us the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I want more. It's good, I have a lot of guys that watch this show, which is great. Shout out to all the, the gentlemen watching the show. But I want more to watch it.
The HE-Cassos.
Yeah, the HE-Cassos. I don't want them to, I'm going to write that down. Oh, the HE-Cassos. I don't want them to feel left out. I don't want them to be like, oh, it's a lady show. They be making flowers and shit. And they be making pins and lapels. They be showing Valentine wreaths. I don't want them to think that's the kind of, we do good shit on her. Those are like DIY projects. We do wonderful things. And there are guys out there that make wonderful projects. And I want them to be featured on my show. So with that being said, I would like for us to welcome Antonio Mccall.
Hey B-Cassos. Hey Chris, Sherri, and Kim. Tighten Up Tuesday family. I want to thank y'all for having me in this unique opportunity. It's only because of B's generosity that I'm here. She saw some uniqueness in what it is that I do, and she invited me to be featured on her Tighten Up Tuesdays, and I am forever grateful. This is wonderful. I'm a Philly-based artist. I'm a mixed medium artist, and everything that I create is purely an extension of who I am and what I'm working through. We go through a lot as human beings, and we have to have a form of expression to help us release ourselves, whether it's dancing or painting. And mine is painting. And if you want to see who I am and what it is that I do, check me out on Instagram. That's Mccall 1111. Again, thank you, B, for this opportunity. I really appreciate it. Peace and blessings.
Wow.
I was like,
great.
He's so dope. Yes, I was like, and it was great talking to him. And I was like, this brother is just amazing. He's definitely a classic man, a renaissance.
So that's his art behind him. That's crazy.
We're getting ready to show his art. His art is dope, Rodney. You have to. Let's go ahead and show his stuff. He's just amazing. So, and the textures on these are amazing. Like he makes this stuff on things that he finds on the street. He told me he's picked up like an engine piece, a carburetor, just different things that he finds, and he'll put them on like stuff that he will pick up like a piece of cardboard, or like he'll buy canvases, just things that he finds, and just kind of paints on them with acrylic, and then he seals them with like an epoxy to kind of make them shiny. So this is kind of like a bold type of piece of art. Isn't that dope?
I love it.
So next, isn't that nice?
I'm curious. Did you two physically bump into each other when you were both kind of looking around for different things to work on because you're both frugal like that? That's amazing. That's so cool that he's your style too. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he works on old doors. He'll grab them if he's like when he's riding around, he'll see old doors. He just sees things.
That's
and he buys
awesome.
like stuff in the as is, like the leftover pieces in the as is at IKEA. They have like pieces of cabinets, shelves.
Yeah.
And he'll buy them and paint on them. So isn't that
incredible.
nice?
It's so nice.
Yes.
This plate is incredible. I love that.
Isn't that dope? I was like, he is amazing. He definitely has to be on the show. I am so feeling.
I wonder is that his hand, because all of the hands seem a little flicked a little bit up.
Right. Now, see, this is the piece that I like because it has some good textures on it. It's like, it's 3-dimensional. It has like wire on it, some nails, and
oh wow,
like
I didn't realize that.
Yes, it's 3-dimensional. Like that piece.
What is it?
It's art. It looks like a piece of tarp. I think that piece in the middle, it kind of looks like a piece of tar. Like if you know what the tar paper looks like, because it's like rustic and it's black, and then it has like it's wires, and down in that far corner, it's like a bolt that he kind of put on there, and they dope. But
you know what I see? Go. Can we go back to that one?
Yeah, go back to that one. What do you see?
I see the center thing is like a lion's face, and we're looking at the profile of it, and then his mane is around it, and he's looking down. That. You know, I don't know. Well, you'd have to sit the whole image up on the wide side, but that's kind of what. But that's all.
Now that you said that, I see it.
Things.
Everybody has their own interpretation, and it's funny. I see that as you described it. Wow.
Interesting.
And if you see that has jewelry on it, like beads and earrings and just
3D.
Different things hanging on.
There go that hand again. Look at why that hand turned like.
I don't know. It's dope.
Rodney.
I don't know, but Rodney, it looks like stained glass.
Focused.
Doesn't it look like it looks like a stained glass window.
This looks like the new that's like Spider-Man. Ooh, that's like several hands. One, two.
Yeah.
2 hands and a zebra in the background.
And I see the Phillies. I see the Philly landscape in the background. I see the Ben Franklin Bridge, and I see the Mellon Bank building next to the white, because I used to work in the Mellon Bank building. That's my interpretation.
So that's what this over here says love? There's a building to the left that says love. Yeah.
I see that. That looks like the parts of the Ben Franklin Bridge and the skyline. It's dope. He's really amazing.
I like this.
Look at that. Isn't that nice?
Well done.
That's really nice. And these were like hanging on his wall, and he like took the picture of them. It's like one under the other, and he has like plants in between them. Ain't that nice?
Yeah,
it's just so uplifting. It's very joyful to look at.
And the mastery of color, the way he uses color is incredible.
It's very captivating. It makes you kind of like when you're in an art museum, just kind of want to stand there and look at it and really try to figure out all the detail and like how long it takes to do that. So that was my feature for episode 21, Mr. Antonio Mccall, Ant Mccall.
Yeah, give him a follow on Instagram.
Yeah, give him a follow on Instagram. He's a dope brother. I'm going to have to bring him back. He's going to be an interesting person to talk to, because I talked to him for like an hour. Yeah, and I want to bring him back in your position, Rodney.
Do you imagine?
He has some information I want to put out there. He's dope. Yes.
Can you imagine bringing home a lady, Rodney, with all that cool stuff on the wall? I think that's going to go over well. I think that's going to make you look very, very talented.
Very talented.
At the very least, you can get a hand job.
Hey now, nice. Little tie into the art there, B.
Rodney, no, he crazy. Okay, wait a minute.
It's like a subliminal thought.
We were all thinking it, Rodney. You just expressed it very well.
He just said it, right? Okay, so now let me do my irks and works. Chris, we have an irks and works that was submitted.
What do you have?
Rodney, I just want to tell Rodney what irks and works is. It's our segment where people tell what irks them, but they have to have a solution. So that's the work. Okay, so this one was submitted from Quadira, Brazil. Shout out to my B-Casso, Quadira, Brazil. And her irk is, I'm sure the Tighten Up Tuesday crew will agree. One thing that irks me the most is the broken security gate at apartment complexes. When visitors don't have the code, they try to hurry up behind the car in front of them. This then causes the gate to forcefully slam into their vehicle, causing it to break. Key fobs never work, and the call box is always down. The works to the apartment complex. Fix it, period. Out of the enormous amount of money and dollars you receive from the residents, you have enough money to fix it properly and get the proper security. Maybe even a full-time guards. To the residents and visitors, be considerate. We all deserve to be safe. That is all. Well, thank you, Quaddy. She wasn't playing.
Man, she surprised she didn't say the name of the complex. That sounded very,
I know, right?
very spot on.
Right.
Can we get her kicked out?
Her car, she probably wasn't trying to get in behind it, and her car got fucked up.
Trying to throw somebody off the scent. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But no, you know what? That's probably aggravating. I'm sure that's an irk because it messes up the thing for everybody else. So yeah, that was a good irks and works. Chris, you got an irk and work? Before I move on to the Chris,
man.
ask Chris Deasy.
Oh, you're doing that one. Oh, an irks
Chris,
and a
I know
works.
you got an irk. You irk right now.
Yeah, an irk.
Yeah.
Man, I'm usually a little bit quicker on the thought here. I guess an irk, letting your kids run around in this 7-degree weather with like no coat on. I turned from 37 to 70 in like 2 seconds. I don't have kids. And I see these little bastards running around, and I'm like, who in the hell is okay with this? The work is pay attention to your kids, and if they say they're not cold, yell at them, make them put it on anyway.
Pay attention to the weather.
Makes me uncomfortable. Like I'm just like, what? Somebody needs to love you more.
Pay attention to the breath. If you can see your damn breath, it's cold.
Yeah.
You need to put a coat on. You're right, Chris. That would be an irk.
That's
well,
right.
You ready to get into the Ask Chris Deasy?
Oh, I suppose. I guess let's jump right into it. Rodney's excited.
I can't do no irk and work.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Rodney, I am so sorry, shit. You gotta hold up.
Stop the music. Stop.
Rodney, you got irks and works.
Let's.
Yeah, I got you. This right up my alley because I got a million things to get on my nerves. So get this.
The man was waiting patiently. He was ready.
I'm glad you said you can see your breath. If you can see your breath and it's funky, the irk is don't have funky breath. And then what the work is, you put the toothpaste on your knuckles. And then you punch them in the face with it.
When did Rodney get into prop comedy? Like, what is this? What is?
Rodney,
yeah, hit him with it.
You're stepping all over Carrot Top's act, man. Come on.
Hey, I got a minute of get out of here.
You pull that out of a trunk.
Wait, hey, did you see how I had it ready though?
You were.
You had it ready.
So B, we've had a guitar, a butt wiper, and a toothpaste thing.
Where's my butt wiper?
Rodney,
now you need a flash rag. You need a flash rag to get that toothpaste off your nose.
I need a flash rag. I do.
This is a committed guest. All kidding aside, this is a committed guest, B. He came ready.
He committed. He came ready. That's why I love Rodney. He came ready. All right. We ready, Key. We ready. Oh, we ready.
Now you can dance.
Oh,
there it is.
Tuesdaze.
Damn, man.
Don't hit it, Rodney, hit it. Don't ask him.
Yo, I'm trying to ask Chris Deasy. Don't say pleasey. Just ask Chris Deasy.
Do it. Just do
Chris
it.
Deasy.
You can do it.
Chris.
Oh.
Hey now, let's get the questions in. We don't no audience today, so we'll just take a question. Make sure to wipe your feet on your way in. B.
Ready, Chris?
Rodney, what do we have, B? What is it?
My question for you today is, have you ever brushed your teeth or washed your hair in the kitchen sink?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Like if somebody's, like if you're, like especially at college, you have like a 1-bathroom and somebody's in it. Yeah, you gotta head out there and use it. But no, the kitchen sink typically not going to be something that I do regularly. But yeah, I've done it for sure.
Okay.
Is that?
I do it regularly.
Oh, you just do it.
I do it regularly.
That is a complete no-no in my mom's world. Like my mom would fight you if you did anything other than wash dishes in our kitchen sink.
Oh wow.
Well, what if you put a perm in your hair? What if you put a perm in your hair? You got to rinse it out.
No, they would do that upstairs in one of the bedroom sinks, in the bathroom
in
sink.
In the little bitty sink. Oh, no. How you get?
I don't know.
How you get your head under the little bitty bathroom sink? You got a perm in it. You might as well dip your head in a toilet bowl like Malcolm X did.
Better pick a different hairstyle.
Look white,
I always rinse my perm out in the kitchen sink. I always do my hair in the kitchen sink.
Oh, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well,
no, that's different because some people because a lot of people do say that you can't do nothing in my sink but the dishes and like clean food and stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh,
well, that's interesting, Chris.
Yeah, I guess so. Is that interesting?
I brush my teeth because I brush my teeth every other day in the kitchen sink. The water get hotter in there faster than it do in the bathroom.
Oh, you just hey, you know the lay of the house. But
I can't brush my teeth with cold water, so I'd be like, fuck it, let me go in the kitchen and get the warm water.
You gracefully slid over it earlier, but like you and Dennis will hang out and take dumps in the same room together. So I don't put anything past where you're getting ready, cleaning up, doing anything.
Rodney, as long as you have been married, do you and your wife be in the bathroom at the same time when you're taking a dump, or if she's taking a dump?
First of all, I be too busy on my Instagram page.
Okay.
So if she's standing there, she gotta wait. She's second to my page.
Oh man, y'all can't be in there. I don't even know if I can't imagine. It's rare that I take a dump without Dennis being in there.
So weird.
I just stopped eating meat too, so my boo boo is pretty clean.
Chris, we be smoking. I be drinking my coffee. You smell the smoke. You don't smell the boo boo. I'll be sitting on the tub. He'll be sitting on the toilet, or I'll sit in the little chair. And then like he'll wait for me, and I like that when he go first because then the
coffee make you have to dookie though, don't it?
Exactly. So while he doing what he doing, I'll be waiting. And we got 3 bathrooms, and I'll be waiting.
Why not just go to another bathroom?
Because I'll be in there by myself, and it's not the same. And then the seat be cold. I don't want to be on the cold seat. Dennis like cold. I don't like the cold.
So you let him absorb all the heat up. You got a heated seat?
No, he the heat seater. He the seat heater.
Exactly. Oh, God.
And then I slide right on. I've gotten better. I do flush now. I used to be like, you ain't got to flush. Why are you wasting water? I'm about to take another dump. But now we better.
Okay. Don't dump on my dump. Don't dump on my dump.
Man. I don't do that no more. We don't do that.
Welcome to Tighten Up Tuesday, everybody.
Because Dennis will be like, you ignorant. So anyway, that was my ass, Chris.
Yeah, that was great.
Okay, so now, before we close out, Rodney, I have to do my how they hold them down. And Chris, this is a funny one. It was long.
I love these.
So I'm going to try to condense it. But I just thought the shit was hilarious. It's called the Timeshare Summers. Shout out to my man Rob W. in Indianapolis. All right. So Rob sent this. He said when he was little in the early 80s, every summer they would go to Florida and they would stay in timeshares. Okay. So he didn't know until he got older and became almost a grown ass man, that they stayed there only because his dad was on like 9-month lease, like a month in Indianapolis. And he was like a property manager, like he did the scheduling of the timeshares, like when the people were coming and going of the different properties, kind of like a management. Mm-hmm. So he would go down and stay there, and they would pack up all their shit and move to Florida and stay there for the summer and go from different timeshare to different timeshare for free. Moving out before another family came in, like he would keep track of who was coming that week. So they would stay some places 3 weeks, some places 2 days, some places but he just thought they were rich and could jump around to these different houses. And he found out that was how his dad saved money in the summer for them to save up and buy a house. They did it for 8 years. And they also got a chance to visit Florida and live fabulously in these other people's timeshares and just move around. I thought that was dope. He said he would go back to school and tell his friends, and all the people would be jealous. And he didn't really know that they were poor. And I was like, that's how it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to feel as though you're suffering. The parents supposed to make it fun, even though they holding it down. And that's what he did. He didn't pay rent in those summers and saved that money for 8 years to help put down on the house. I was like, he got a plan. I said, this is some funny shit.
That's wild.
But he was going to school telling people, yeah, we lived here and we had that and we swam, we got a pool. But it wasn't theirs. He didn't know that. He just thought his dad had money and they could be like, we go live here. And then you better be glad his ass ain't get caught. But I thought that was dope. So shout out to Rob W.
Held it down.
Yeah,
Well done, Rob.
his daddy held it down. Yeah, shout out to him in Indianapolis. All right, Chris, we're wrapping it up. Rodney, we're wrapping it up. I always let people know who my feature is for next week, which is Deborah P. She's been on here before, but she did this dope mural, which is like 15 feet by like 17 feet. And I want people to see how she put the whole thing together. I think she said she spent maybe like $50. Yeah, it's dope.
Wow.
You got to see the process. I was like, I'm definitely featuring that. And she has like a huge foyer in her house. Like when you walk in with like the 40-foot ceilings and you look up, you know, and you have them big ass paintings up there. She has it up there. I was all like, it looks, if you bought something that size, it probably would cost maybe like, I'm going to roughly say $5,000 or $6,000.
Jumps up quick.
Yes,
Wow.
It's literally like 12 feet. Actually, I'm going to put the measurements out there and stuff, but that I want people to see that for next week. So, and
I should have brought you a piece of my art on. I wasn't even thinking about it.
Oh, you have to get it. You have to send a photo to me. I can definitely show it on the show next week in the DIY section.
Okay, no doubt. Yeah, my brother does this process where he takes images and paints it, and it's crazy. Man, keep talking about it.
Okay, go get it. So the funny thing is, Chris, people don't know, and I need to let people. I may be doing this show from Sherri's house next week.
Oh wow, what are you up to in LA?
I'm going back to work on this show, Frugal Flip, to work
That's
on the
awesome.
actual treatment. Yeah, we're pulling it together for the meeting, hopefully coming up in February. Hopefully around the same time as the NAACP Awards, when my manager win and when Sherri win. And then, Chris, I'm going to have to get me an outfit because I'm going to be there.
So I was just informed. Oh, look at that. Look at Rodney bringing in the hello sweetness.
Okay. So how did he do that? He painted on.
So this is a photo.
Oh, right. Okay.
And then he does all this, the glitter and all this other stuff.
That's great.
Okay.
Process.
Wow.
So
you have that up on your wall?
Yeah, he did this for me because I love Walter Payton. I'm a Chicagoan.
That's
tight. But he's done
tight.
Kobe Bryant. He's done Prince. He's done so many people, man. It's really beautiful.
Yeah,
That's
stuff like that.
nice.
Stuff like that. You could pay a lot of money for online. So that's really cool.
Yes.
That he does that. B, you were mentioning the NAACP Awards. I don't know if we
Yes.
have a flyer for that, but if everybody watching would go to NAACP Image Awards.net, vote for Sherri and Kim under Lifestyle, Outstanding Lifestyle, and Self-Help Podcast, the funniest category you could ever see. But a lot of people are helped by it. It's very funny, despite the wildness of the show. And B, you're part of that family, so I think you should probably claim part of that award.
I think you're right because they're going to get it. And if I don't get that one, I'll get part of the award that my manager is going to get from The Sweet Life Los Angeles on HBO Max.
Wow,
She's
what's
going
that?
to win.
What's
It's
your manager's
a new
involvement?
show stream. She is the executive producer of the show. And she is.
Well then, okay.
Did you wait a
Rodney?
minute? Did you see me cut my
I
eye?
don't know. I sure did, Rodney. I'd like to apologize, and it won't ever happen again. Oh my goodness.
She is. They're in the category for new best outstanding new reality show. It's under the TV and reality show streaming category.
Congratulations.
So when you go in, yeah, it's called The Sweet Life. Well, Sweet Life, not The Sweet Life. Sweet Life Los Angeles. It comes on HBO Max. Yep. It's a dope reality show. So make sure
I
you vote
got HBO
for
Max. I'm
her.
gonna watch some of that. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, check it out. My manager produces that. Well, she's executive producer. Her and Leola. It's a Issa Rae production. Her production company.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's why I want them to get the NAACP award because I'm telling you, Chris, I will be there.
Well,
I don't know if I'm gonna be sitting with Sherri and Kim or if I'm gonna be sitting with my manager.
wow,
I don't
choices.
even care if I'm sitting. I don't even be like, bitch, you can't really get in. You gotta have a mask on. You gotta be up in the stands. I'm gonna be up in the stands supporting them.
Looking forward to it.
Award. Yes.
Love it.
Thank you. Other than that, I love all my B-Cassos and now my HE-Cassos. Please continue to watch. Please share. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe, watch, tell people, put it on your push notifications, whatever you got to do to make it pop up so that you can see Tighten Up Tuesdays, which streams live on Two Funny Mamas. So remember, a win for them is a win for me. Make sure you watch this show. Tell people to watch, and you can learn something here. That's what we do. We reimagine shit. So I'm letting people know I'm not sure if I'm going to be here next Tuesday or if I'm going to be in Los Angeles. I haven't decided if I'm leaving Tuesday or Wednesday. Depends on my computer situation, Chris.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to have a headache. But if my computer comes, then I'm going to be here. If it don't, I'm going to go ahead and be at Sherri's because I got to be in LA anyway. So
now we know.
Sherri don't know I'm coming yet. I need to call her and tell her.
She should be back from New York by then. So.
No, I'm texting her tonight to let her know. So
well, be sure to check out Sherri on the Wendy Show the rest of the week. She's filling in for Wendy Williams. I wanted to ask too, or encourage people to go check out Rodney's Instagram. I follow Rodney. He's always on there commenting on the most ridiculous stuff, always having a good time. And I just wanted to give you a huge high five, Rodney. You've leaned into that, and I love it. I think that's great, man.
I definitely leaned into it. Thank you for the shout out. And I'm doing some YouTube stuff as well. So my YouTube is also at Rodney Perry Live. So Beverly was on my show last week, and it was outstanding chat. I have a show I call 5 Quick Questions, and she was outstanding.
Thank you, Rodney. I got a lot of good feedback from that. I
got you, I got Kim, and I got Sherri in the same week.
Oh, that's tight. You can't beat that with a baseball bat. That's tight. Rodney, are you going out at all? Or are you just focusing on your podcast? Are you like doing anything?
No. I'm a comedian. If I didn't go out, I couldn't. It would be bad.
Just checking. I put your name on my list.
I'm in Cleveland this weekend, actually. Huh?
I put your name on my list for Tulsa for March.
Tulsa, Oklahoma?
Yeah. For my room that I booked there. It's tight.
All right. Yeah. Consider it done.
But okay. I just want to let them know because they text me and gave me the March date. I have Juan Villarreal. He's out. And then before him, we had TK and Damon. No, that was in Colorado. I'm sorry. I'm getting them mixed up. But they coincide. You do Colorado and then you do Tulsa. So, but yeah.
All right, we'll talk about it offline.
We'll talk about it offline.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. It's time to go.
If the money right, I'm on site.
The money's right. I don't fuck around about no money, right?
That's my rhyme.
I'll quote you. I want to say that from now on. I like that.
please.
As my friend Rodney says.
If the
Great
money
show.
Right, I'm on site.
Great show, B. Great show, Rodney. Again, if you tuned in and missed it, sorry about the live stream issue, but we'll be back strong next Tuesday. Shout out to Rodney Perry. Shout out to everybody here at Midcoast Media. And B, she's back next Tuesday live for Tighten Up Tuesday. We'll see you, everybody.
See you, everybody. Love you all. Always.